So welcome back to Film Marriott on YouTube. Today it is Boys on Film Time and a movie review, and we are talking about Teen Spirit. Here's Raj Rudolph.
It's Film Marriott.
Hey. So Teen Spirit, tell me all about this because I don't know anything.
Okay, well, Teen Spirit is basically kind of a movie about the X Factor. It's actually set in the UK. Elle Fanning is the star of the movie, and she plays a lonely girl in a little village. She has dreams of being a singer, and this Teen Spirit competition kind of comes to her hometown, and there's open auditions, and she decides to go and do her thing and audition. And what's interesting about this film is that that's really not the interesting part about it. I mean, she ends up getting to go to London and doing the big performance and whatnot. It's kind of like that. Yeah, that's the story. It's a little bit boring, especially because we know all about the X Factor and we used to watch it a lot.
Yeah, it's a little bit boring.
Yeah, it's a little bit boring. But there's this guy in the film who's an ex-opera singer, used to be really famous, and he kind of befriends Elle Fanning's character and becomes her manager. And it's kind of the story about their relationship. Virtual strangers meeting up with a common love for music and going through this experience together, and how odd their relationship is really kind of the heart of the film.
Sounds a bit like Star is Born.
A little bit. I kind of got those vibes a little bit, but not as emotional. But yeah, it was just it was a good film. I mean, if you're a fan of any of these X Factor type competitions or Pop Idol or anything like that, the story will feel very familiar. But it's actually, if it wasn't for this moment of looking at the relationship between two strangers who kind of care about each other and what the musical journey means, if it wasn't for that, this movie would be kind of bad.
Well, I was just going to say there's a danger, I think, for a film like this with this storyline to be a bit cheesy and a bit cringeworthy, because I think if you know the music industry, even if you don't particularly know the music industry or you don't work for the industry, I think it doesn't seem that genuine when you portray it on the big screen or even on TV. I think it can look a bit
and there's kind of a theme too throughout the music. Like this character, she kind of always picks very left of center pop songs to sing.
Yeah.
So Elle Fanning does a cover of Robyn's "Dancing on My Own," which is actually pretty good. I was like, oh wow, that's kind of gives the music that we like a bit more spotlight. And there's also another performance where she covers Sigrid's "Don't Kill My Vibe."
Oh wow, okay.
So which is something to say about pop music that isn't so predictable.
Yeah.
So the choice of music in this film was really good, and that's totally down to director Max Minghella's vision about the film and the song choices. So
yeah, because they're popular choices, but they're not necessarily that mainstream.
Exactly.
I mean, they're big hits, but yeah, so, not obvious choices.
I quite enjoyed as someone who really enjoys left of center pop music. Like, it's kind of like the music I listen to is getting a spotlight. So that actually really felt kind of nice. And then I'm sitting there staring at the director Max Minghella, going, where in the heck have I seen this guy before? I have seen him in something. I've totally seen him in something.
So what, as an actor you mean?
Yeah, as an actor. So he's a young guy. So I was like, okay, where have I seen him? And I'm Googling him afterwards. I'm like, he's in The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, not the guy that's helping her.
Yes, the guy who's helping her.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so if you're a fan of The Handmaid's Tale, you totally know that this actor is also first time. I believe it was the first directorial debut that he's done.
Well, that probably explains the musical choices then, because they're a bit, not so obvious and a bit, because The Handmaid's Tale is quite edgy, isn't it, as well?
Yeah. And then during the Q&A, who else walks out other than Jamie Bell, Billy Elliot himself, and he had a hand in producing the film.
So he wasn't in it? No,
he wasn't in it, but he produced it. So it's nice to see these actors branching out, and young actors branching out and doing other different things.
So Teen Spirit obviously refers to her passion for the music. I'm guessing.
I was kind of expecting her to bust out a Nirvana song at any moment, but that actually didn't happen. But and also the name of the competition, it's not X Factor. They call it Teen Spirit. So
quite angsty.
It couldn't be more X Factor if you tried. So
see, I mean, that wouldn't sell it to me alone, just on that plot line. But what would you give it out of 5?
I'm going to give it a 3. I mean, if you're kind of against these type of talent competitions and you've just had enough of them, then it's kind of boring. But the fact that it had such a tender storyline between Elle Fanning's character and the ex-opera singer who was trying to help her realize her dreams was quite inspiring.
So is it a drama? Is it comedy? Or?
Totally drama.
Right. Drama as in
with
a bit dramatic.
With good pop music.
Okay. So it's called Teen Spirit. Don't forget to let us know if you've seen it or you wanted to see it. Leave a comment below and check out our playlist of all the other movies that we featured on this channel. It's Boys on Film. You can find us online at filmmarriott.net or eqmusicblog.com.
You got it.
Or both, if you want to check us both out. Thank you for watching. See you next time.